If you were a bird, and you were flying on the eastern coast of Zalance toward its northern end, toward an island that stands alone, and as you came down through the clouds, you would see in a large, lush green field a monstrous tower, smooth on all sides, that stretched high into the clouds. You would notice at the base of this tower that there is no door, that there are no windows in the tower. And as we looked up at the tower, we would see, again, it stretches past the clouds. And as the camera would pan up, as if we were still that bird seeking to find the top of this tower, we would climb and climb and climb, until we came to a balcony that jutted out of the side of this tower. And here we see a figure standing on this balcony, hands on the rails as it peers out into some unknown distance. It's a bulky, blue dragonborn. He's donned chest armor that appears to be made of a mix of leather and metal. His arms are covered by a long brown duster that reaches all the way down to the ground. 2 long swords appear over each shoulder, crossing presumably in an X as he wears them on his back. He looks out in the world and sighs frustrated. And then he speaks. Will they ever be able to find us? With no one else around, he seems to be talking to himself. And he speaks again. But this time, his voice is different. Yes, they will. The trick will be getting them the information without the KNG knowing. It needs to be sooner than later, don't you think? Yes, Riz, my old friend. It will be fine. Yes, that's all well and good, but the sleepers are waking in much larger numbers than they ever have before. You do have a point there. What shall we do then? Whatever it takes, but it's got to be these 3. I know, old friend. What's strange is that he would awaken our 3 oldest friends. But perhaps he knows that they too will get the job done. The only matter left to decide is who they'll get the job done for. The Dragonborn stands up tall, straightens his duster, turns around, and walks back into the turret. He walks to the back of the room, where a table is pushed against the wall. Many maps decorate the wall as well above the table. And there are many scrap pieces of machinery, cogs, and wheels that litter the table. Riz begins to pick up several different pieces from this table and quickly puts together a small device. He presses a button on this device. The machine begins to whir, a light switches on, and an image is projected onto the wall in front of him. And in this projection, we see a few scenes. First, we see an image of Lucian traveling through Taggart as he makes his way to the orphanage as he used to, giving candy and different gifts to the children there. And the image shifts as we now see a different version of Lucian, a stronger version of Lucian who's training with Breeze day in and day out. And the image shifts again. We see an image of Miss B pulling the boys along while their feet are sopping wet as they make their way north to the mountain to find the first artifact on the first mission they were given. And it changes again. And we see her having interesting conversation with Dean and training with her familiar, Summer. The image shifts again. This time we see William teaching a classroom full of students, unsure about what that is, but doing so confidently. And the image shifts one more time. But this time William seems distressed as a faint image of Eshi is out next to him as they talk back and forth concerned. And then the light switches off. Riz seems pleased that this device is working as it should, and he sets this device down on the table, next to many other similar looking devices. He holds his hand out over the devices, and his hand begins to glow. As he does, many of the cogs and wheels begin to turn in these other devices, as they all click on. The mass of seemingly unorganized pieces begin to form into tiny, individual, 8-legged mechanical spiders. And Riz gives one command. Go. And as if on cue, the first spider takes off, and trailing behind it are 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe more, as they trail down the table's leg, across the floor, out to the balcony, down to the tower, and out into the world. Well, this is the last batch of them. It'll have to be this or nothing. I think you worry too much. Perhaps we'll also combine your spiders with my mind control abilities, though they'll be weak, and that should work. Do you think that they'll come to us? Do you think that they'll know what to do? If I know my old comrades, yes, they will. Last time on Lawful Stupid. On this day, you've pegged to come back and meet together because it's about time for you to get out in the real world, and you have to go pick up a side quest mission of your choosing, whatever that is. I think you've got something lined up you maybe have chatted about, but now it's time to lay down some plans and get the ball rolling. And so wherever you were, you set aside your job or your time, or maybe you're hanging out in your room, you decided to meet at the gardens where Miss B spends a lot of her time, her free time.
So Miss B is just chilling out at one of the patio tables.
It's good to see you again.
Hi.
And in walks...
I'm Dr. Enoch. I teach here at the school, too. There was this piece of paper, and he just hands it to Miss B. No one else tore off any, but it sounded interesting.
It says here, the 25th Centennial Winter Games. It's held in North Barrow and requires 4 sacrifices to people to compete. Looks great.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm in.
Yeah.
Miss B, she was sad as they were, going through it and doubting it, and then she just, smiles when they were like, yeah, we're in.
Agent Sly allows you to take one of the doors that will transport you to a location closest to North Barrow. And there is one that is only about a day's journey once you go through the door. You make your way into the Sleeping Bear. You're all the competitors from Haven Bay! And everyone hushes and turns to look at you. Everyone peers at you from the Sleeping Bear Inn. No mugs are up. They're all on the table, eyes wide open, intent set on you for some reason as the boy looks around the room, down to his book, and up at you all and says, come with me. And everyone begins to whisper back and forth. You can hear things like, where are they from? And they don't seem like challengers. Why have I never heard of them? As you make your way out of the Sleeping Bear. Or do you?
1 large order of bear, please. I don't know, I leave.
We'll serve bear here.
Okay. Misleading name.
I'm more curious about why a child needs me to follow them. I'll go follow out of concern.
Oh, see, I always put children in these spots because I know that Miss B is going to follow no matter what. This child leads you off a cliff. I'm going to follow because it's a child.
I just don't want to be in this inn anymore because everybody just... What is it? There's a horror movie. Can't think of it.
We're going to sit here
anyway.
And find that.
They stared. Okay. It's not the Valley of the Dolls. It's the.
That sounds scary enough.
I don't like it.
It's like where everybody's like an alien and they go. You know
Mars Attacks.
Nah, it's kind of like Mars Attacks.
And so,
all right. Well, I wish we could do anything else.
The aliens stare at you as you leave, and they all go.
I hate everything.
Not sure
yeah, you head out.
A child, but okay.
I think Donald Sutherland was in it. Hold on a second.
And he just takes you right outside, and he stops You almost run into him maybe because he stops so abruptly. And he turns and he goes, "What are you guys thinking?"
Oh, why'd you ask us to come out?
Bold of you to assume?
No, like, did you not get your welcome packets in the express mail?
I don't know, Mrs. B. Did we get a mail?
She checks her pockets. Do I find anything different?
No, you tell me.
I've had them this whole time. If I would have just
You mean to
checked
tell
my
me you've had
pockets.
four sets of welcome packets and you
No.
never told us?
Nope, not in my pockets. Received nothing.
Well, I don't. And he's flipping through his pages. I don't see how that could have occurred. Come with me. There's little time. And he begins to kind of shove his way through these adults that are on the street. You almost lose sight of him a few times. And he leads you kind of back out to the entrance of town. But instead of taking like the path out that you came down, it kind of splits to the right and heads down a hill. And as you begin to go down this hill, you see like a large stadium built. Yes, Shane.
Oh, I just wanted to say that it was, and I just wanted you to let me know
bring
when
it
you were
back.
ready.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, but it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, there's people who were like yelling it, right? Probably at you as we were.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
So there we go. Everyone's happy again. This large stadium begins to come into view. And then you see like a path that's been made. Probably wasn't there before, that comes in through one side of the middle of the stadium almost. So it's like people will view this, whatever's happening, very much like a derby, except on both sides of the track there would be a stadium. And so you begin to take this path down toward the stadium.
I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, you're just gonna straight up follow this guy? Okay.
Yeah.
He takes you.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if you had any questions for him or anything. You can probably answer this. But he takes you.
so now that we're here, what's the competition? Level with me.
Well, if you had read the welcome packet, and he looks at Miss B scornfully.
I didn't get the welcome packet. We could maybe blame
We
Kiev.
could have been training for weeks.
He stops and he looks at you and he says, "You haven't trained at all."
We're very talented. We have lots of translatable skills, I'm sure, to whatever the competition is, because it is a
Competition, yes.
in which we will
Find out tomorrow. I can't. Okay, listen. We're a pretty big deal here. People know what goes on here. We have a rich, yes, the Barrowans. We have a very rich history of having these games here. So even people who've never been to the games dream of coming to the games. So I don't.
So I don't. That was not any of that answering my question, which is what is the games? What are we doing?
The games are a series of events, usually at least 3 competitions. This year it's 3 competitions. That's widely known. 3 different events where you have at least a team of 4 people. Not all events require 4 people. Some do. Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 or 3. No one ever knows. You're supposed to have 4 trained individuals who come together, and you don't know what the events are. And that's the joy of it, is you cross-train as many things as you think you might need. They do drop hints in the packet.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
It doesn't deliberately. I was going to say, but you said in the packet, but you're saying they would have given us hints and clues, and then we would have been able to find out what we could have maybe kind of need to do. But we're, like I said, we're pretty multi-talented, so we should be in good shape, because that's what everybody else is doing anyways, just training on everything. That's what we do, so it's okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Sure, you do great. And you, everyone, roll a perception check for me.
Because I'm great at those.
Ooh, 22.
14.
Okay.
Ooh.
16 for Miss B.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
14.
You all see as you say, we'll do pretty well. We'll work together. You see him write down in his book, most likely to die, team from Haven Bay. Follow me. And he leads
You're not writing that down to make a bet later, are you?
Absolutely. That's one of the main things we bet on here.
Are competitors allowed to bet themselves?
Yes.
No,
I'll take your bets right now.
You shouldn't gamble. It's just bad.
And he's looking back
And
forth.
look at this guy. I don't know how much money he's gonna bet, but we're not gonna die, so he's just gonna lose it all. Then where's he gonna be?
I mean, this guy has no clue who your DM is, does he? Everyone does.
No, Lucian's saying that.
Yeah, no, this is Devin saying that.
Okay. Okay. I'm just saying, like, Lucian is a young man. He doesn't see imminent death in his future. He's take on the world.
He leads you down to the stadium, very large, and there are a few doors on the outside of this bottom half, where it's usually kind of like hollow under the bleachers. It's not here. It's like it's covered all the way around. There's several doors, and you walk in, and it seems to be like a large complex, and there's some weight training devices around, some ropes hanging from a ceiling, large lanes to like run in, and there are several other individuals here, and a guy who looks like he might be like a trainer or a coach or some sort of official who's standing in front of them, and they all turn and look at you as you walk in the door. And the kid looks to the trainer, who kind of puts his clipboard down, very official looking, and he says, "It's about time." He's sorry, sir. It took me a while to find them, but here they are. The group from Haven Bay.
Hi, I'm Gale.
I don't care what your name is. Get over here.
My cape is billowing in the non-existent wind.
I am shaking the tied end of my head silk aggressively.
I am not going to flap the winds of those capes.
One hand is doing that for me. The other hand is shaking Miss B's bee cloak in a wave formation.
Dr. Enoch, what are you doing? What are your clothes doing unprompted?
He's kind of half hunched, clutching to a fanny pack that's on his hip.
What color is the fanny pack?
Yeah.
I think it's just like a classy brown leather. Looks really nice.
And he's just vigorously zipping and unzipping it. That's what his.
No. He's holding it like you'd think every penny he has in it, just like.
Oh, that you used to have, huh?
Yep.
Failed that roll. I'm kidding. You step up. There are 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 28, so 30, 32. Is that right? 7, 32, 36 competitors here, including you guys.
Good.
And he's just he's a human male, long beard, burly individual. Has a warm like cotton like cap thing on, like one of those like Russian looking hats. Oh my gosh! And he says, "Welcome to the 25th Mid-Centurial Winter Games. You've all been chosen or selected to represent your towns for whatever reason. So I hope that you're here to win. That's what this is about. Now, there will be a series of events over the course of 3 to 4 days, depending on how the events go. Event number 1 will require 1 to 4 individuals. You choose. Event number 2 will require 4 individuals. And you hear other people beginning to like murmur between themselves. Hush up, everyone. He says, I'm talking, you're listening. The final event will also require 4 members. Unless your other teammates died, you can use 2 or 3 or 1. Whatever you got, but as many as you can have to participate. Event number 1 will be the steed race. We've specially bred these rhinos with giant's blood and bison to make a conglomerate of this creature that is almost impossible to ride. And you will ride them bareback on a track. First team around wins. Event number 2, the Ice Tower. About 120 feet up with different puzzles and games and events that you have to climb with your team. No cheating. The system is built to automatically make you fail if it senses you cheating by using magic or something that is not allowed on site. Event 3, the maze. Self-explanatory.
Can we
Now-
cheat in that one?
You
I'd already written down no cheat on the ice tower. So that I knew to cheat on the other
what's
one.
your name, smart guy?
Lucian.
Lucian. Listen
you.
here, you sack of trash. No cheating in any event, or you're
Is
disqualified.
magic cheating?
Depends on what kind of magic it is. You'll get that brief the day before.
Is it what did that come in the packet?
It did come in the packet. Was probably the best packet we've
Looks
seen
at
in
Miss B.
25 Centurials.
She mouths like, I did not get any packets.
All right.
Anyways, are there any questions?
I kind of had a question.
Lots of them, but what?
You get 2.
Okay. I get with Dr. Enoch so we can most mathematically efficiently narrow down my 500 questions into the 2 best ones. We sit there for 45 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
And then somebody dies. Actually, they choke on a corn dog while that's happening. And
Let's see what that sounds like.
And then I do an hour-long burial, and then I come back because we were interrupted. We have to start over
He
again.
says, we're gonna miss Terry. He was a good fighter.
Love that corn dogs.
He loved those corn dogs.
Died how he lived.
Yeah.
I told him he's got to chew them. He can't just swallow them whole like that. Then it's going to come back to bite him.
And he said, "You can't tell me that. I'm corn dog Terry."
The last thing he said to me was, and I said, "I told you, Terry."
I told you.
I had plenty of time to reach out, grab the stick, and pull, but instead I said, "I told you, Terry."
I told him the story about my son and how you got to learn lessons, and he didn't learn, and neither did he. So now I'm alone.
They both choked on corn.
Anyway,
Anyway, I got a vendetta against corn dogs. This new side quest is come help me kill the corn dog king. Come help me kill the corn dog goblins down in Corn Doggerton.
Oh my god.
any other questions?
No.
Could we have another packet?
And he says, we send out exactly enough packets. We can't have enough. We can't have them floating around all over the place. Over
Well,
Nova Terra.
surely one of my good competitors brought it with them because they'd want that information on hand.
No, they
And then
filled it out and returned it like they were supposed to.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah,
so
we
basic.
definitely did that. Don't worry.
Oh, you did? You definitely
course.
did it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ride a rhino.
I can probably handle. They engineered the rhinos. I'm sure that's something I can deal with.
William
Okay,
looks
well,
at
you
Dr. Enoch.
can. Well, it's 1 to 4 people, so you can just do that one by yourself, and that way we'll be fresh for the other 2. Because you can handle the rhino.
And the guy up front says, all right, you've got tonight. Find some equipment, whatever you think you might need, with the clues that have been given to you.
And your welcome back.
In your welcome packets, there was a packing list. Thorough, very thorough. You're gonna want something for chafing. Every year we get people who lose because they just can't handle chafing. See you in the morning. 0800. Don't be late.
If you're on time, you're late.
Who said that? Who said that?
Speak up.
This guy. This guy gets it.
Say that in my good ear.
Where are you from?
But Fuckington. Fuck you. Get fucked. Lucius puts him on the bird. Throws rocks at him, leaves. I'm a punk. I'm a delinquent now. Cobra Kai, do or die. Rock.
Prestidigitate that mustache back on his face, please.
And now I'm a proper gentleman, a true warrior.
Anyways, see you tomorrow. Scram.
We just meet back here, right?
Yes.
You said I give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, 0800.
Mm-hmm. Great. With all of our materials meticulously lined out into the packet.
Yeah, no, just kind of whatever you think. We don't have any specific requirements.
And no cheating whatsoever.
No cheating whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Whatever you think you might need.
Lucian's going to lean over to Miss B, and he's going to whisper, they keep saying 800. I don't think the clocks go that high.
I don't think they go that high either.
It's like 12.
Wait till time by sundial.
It's like 12 max. I don't know what time we're supposed to be.
We'll figure it out.
Will looks like he knows.
What?
Maybe Dr. Enoch knows better. He maths better than us.
Last thing, the shop that has all the supplies you can buy is called simple enough Supply Depot. It's about 4 places down from the Sleeping Bear. Have a good day.
Thank you.
He turns.
You have a good day.
Now you have a good day.
You have a better one.
Okay. And the small child that had come to find you earlier says, okay, you guys better get out of here. 08. Be here in the morning. Be here just early as you can, just so you don't mess up.
7 o'clock. Got it.
Perfect.
Dawn.
Yes, perfect. Great. Just sleep here. I don't care. Just be here.
Is that allowed?
No, I don't think we'll do any of those things. Yeah, sure, we'll be back in time.
Are you someone who likes coffee, candles, dice, and dice-adjacent goods? Oh yeah? Well, we've got something for you. We have some great sponsors that want to make sure you are never in short supply. We Lawful Stupid want to help cut you a deal to get those goods and support some local business. Check out lawfulstupid.org/affiliations to see everyone pumping out great products and how to get great deals and discounts on those items. Just to name a few we work with: Cantrip Candles, Bound Familiar Coffee, and Critical Dice, among others. Head on over to lawfulstupid.org/affiliations or click the link in the description to get more info. Okay. And so you're free to go back up the path that you came from if you want. You can explore town if you want. There's, again, people everywhere. I don't know if there's anything specific you'd like to know about in this town.
I can't ever go back to the Sleeping Bear, ever. So, is there a house of worship in town?
Oh, yes. Let me grab that for you, because that was going to be a point that I was going to bring up as well.
Cool.
While we're all walking back towards town, and I imagine the other teams are also walking back towards town, and the streets get busy again.
I'm just going to sabotage them. I'm just going to be poisoning them all.
Just a little bit of that. Especially because we're all probably going to head towards Supply Depot between now and tomorrow morning. I would like to see if I can pickpocket somebody. Their welcome packet, please, and thanks. Sneakily.
I cast guidance.
So they don't have them because they sent them back in already. So nobody has. They've already been administratively put away. And
fuck that. Just get somebody's pack. We'll know the packing list if we just have it.
Hey, All right, I do have a serious thing I'm gonna do. Very, very, very serious. Devin,
Okay.
in this like competitors that we're walking in this big group with, which one looks like the beefiest meathead in this
I got
group?
you. I got you, and
Okay, good.
You will know him specifically as Samuel Torhun. He's a minotaur. Mix and match metal armor. His fur is dark onyx. He has thick leather gauntlets and a leather kilt.
Okay, great. And what time would you say that it is?
At this time, it's probably 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun, the moons, the sister moons, have begun to rise.
Great.
You can see them.
I'm gonna cast suggestion
What do I need? I need to roll something, right?
on Samuel. Yeah, that's gonna be a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, he fails.
Oh, great. And so I'm just gonna whisper this simple command: leave town. And so for the next 8 hours, he has to leave town and just go.
And then what are the constraints on that? He just does it to the best of his ability, right? As long as it doesn't cause him any like,
Oh shit!
pain,
Yeah, he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't do anything that would cause him harm.
Yeah, wouldn't do anything to cause him harm. I actually want to say leave town and walk north.
Okay. Problem is North Barrow. That'll be the thing you tell him. Okay, we'll see how it plays out. It may work out in your favor. It may not. We'll see.
Well, he can walk north for up to 8 hours, or until he can't walk north anymore,
Okay.
or dies, or something like that.
Walk north. Okay. All right. So he leaves.
One down.
I thought you were gonna go, hey man, you should start a fucking fight tonight. Everybody except for the team from New Haven thinks you fucking suck.
And so if you guys, and then about the temple in town. So kind of right in the center, there's a large fountain, and then at that fountain there's an even larger statue. It's about 15 feet tall, of this turtle artificer, who you know to be the servant of Pagoma, like the chosen warrior. So this is one of the immortal 6 that is right outside the temple. That's a turtle that has like a trident in his hand.
And that's whose champion?
Pagoma, who's
Pagoma.
the blue element. It's like the elemental of water and speed.
I'm gonna reach into my priest pack, which has a little trinket in it for each of the 6 deities. There's 6, right? I'm not making that up. Yeah, each of the 6, because the immortals. Okay, so each of the 6 deities, he has a little trinket on a like a rope. So this is just like a bottle of water to honor Pagoma, and he just ties that around his neck as he walks into town.
Yeah. Okay. I dig it. And then if you wanted to go shops or anything, if there's anything of basic stuff you think you might want.
Still looking for a house of worship.
Oh, that's where I'm saying. That's where you're at. So that's where the statue's right outside the house of the worship there.
Oh, okay.
If you go in there,
Hey,
check it out.
Hey team, it's me, your boy, Lucian. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Probably gonna go shopping for supplies so that we're prepared to ride a rhino.
Is there anything you think we need?
Probably a rope.
Yeah, what's the plan for this rhino?
I assumed one of you was going to ride it.
Yeah, Enoch's gonna do this super sketch. Oh, sorry, Shane. Looks back and forth at both people and kind of unzips his fanny pack and he's like, "I've got it covered. I've got my formula with me. It'll be okay.
Can you give me any more details?
Well, they didn't say anything about performance-enhancing drugs, so I think really it's not against the rules at all, and it's usually better to ask forgiveness than permission, so I just figure it's going to be fine. But it's something I've been working on for the KNG, and helps, just make people a little stronger and more resilient kind of thing. It's hush though. It's not ready for...
Can anybody either control or speak to aminals with magics?
No.
No, not a thing I can do.
Well...
yeah, I can, actually.
Yeah, so maybe we could just, convince it to be our best friend. And it'll race
I could do that.
It'll race really hard for us because it loves us. And then afterwards, we'll bring it with us. The KNG will probably let us keep it.
Yeah, Mrs. B should probably be the rider. And I'll whisper sweet nothings into its ears.
And I'll spend the night making delicious rhino snacks.
What? Just so we're on the same page, you're not going to make snacks out of rhinos, right?
I don't know what rhinos eat. If it's other rhinos, yes. If not, no.
Okay, just don't.
We could
don't
probably
eat
go to a
right
library. Yeah, we could probably go to a library and find out what exactly rhinos eat. That's
or
not
we'll just ask anybody who knows magic. They'll know. Hey, Dr. Enoch, what do rhinos eat?
Yeah.
Well, typically rhinos are mostly herbivores and eat shrubs, but you have to remember they did say that this is kind of a spliced genetic monstrosity that they've created, so that might not really hold any water.
It probably eats, if it's a bunch of different monsters, it probably eats a little bit of everything, right?
That's a fair
I'll just make it some of my favorites, and it can have what it wants. La da da da.
Different food group choices. This should be perfectly fine. Some grains, some sugars, leafy,
I'm going to heavily feature
bananas.
Did they say how big
I think rhinos like bananas.
These rhinos are? Like if we're riding two to a rhino?
I imagine it said 1 to 4 participants, so I think 4 of us can fit on a rhino.
Okay.
They did say it was spliced with a giant.
They said they gave it giant's
All right.
blood. I can make the snacks out of giant's blood.
If we get some of its blood, that could be very useful.
Yeah, blood is lives.
Blood is lives. I need a t-shirt that says that. Hashtag Lawful Stupid.
That's from
hashtag Dracula from Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Hashtag I haven't seen that yet, so I'm way behind.
It's super good. You should.
It's really good. You should watch it.
3 hours. William's going to go back and go to sleep.
Just getting its blood is not cheating. They didn't say we couldn't do that. It's not like we're trying to kill somebody's rhino.
That's true.
That's fair.
It's not like we're not either, so...
It's not like we're not. You guys don't think that if I drink the elephant's blood that I'll get really strong, do you?
Yeah, probably.
What if I drink a giant's blood? Is that just how it
You'll
works?
be giant where it counts.
Well, in my muscles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's where it would count for the race.
Are you saying that you're open to experimentation?
No.
I'm
No.
very flattered, but no.
Miss B said that anytime a man asks me that, I should say no.
Yeah.
That's why I only ever do
Especially
it to
if they can
myself.
only show you in their room. Yeah.
We had a big conversation after she tried to invite me to her room about what...
I had to explain it over. That's not what I was meaning at all.
Yeah, but we had to set a lot of background information first because I didn't really understand the birds and the Miss Bees, and I was really pausing for a laugh there. I thought I was going to get a bigger reaction, but yeah, cool.
Well, disappointment. Yeah, we're almost good to go in sleepy time and then do this race. I need no supplies.
All right, cool. All right,
I don't
cool.
need supplies either, but I do want to go to the church.
All right, you're there.
Who's? I look around and trying to find out who's the boss.
There are several little pools here. Instead of like pew type things, it's almost like these chairs are set up in circles around these pool areas. At the very front, there seems to be what would look like an orc figure that has all these candles lit around it. That is what you know to be like the form that Pagoma takes as like an orc. And there is also an orc who is in some blue robes at the front. Seems to be flipping through some looking through scrolls of some kind.
I'm gonna kind of make my way to him as I get to like the pool of water that's closest to him. I'm gonna. Is there like a little stone around, maybe? Or
yes, yeah.
I pick up just a small stone and I cast light on it, and I toss it into the bottom of the pool so that the water is kind of illuminated.
So here's
yeah, and then there's that kind of light kind of glowing from the pool now, and I'll approach him and go. Greetings of both Pagoma and Our Lady of Light to you, brother.
Oh, hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing very good. What brings you in today, brother?
Well, I just seek shelter and succor. I'm in town for the competition, and I don't really want to be someplace where there's lots of people like the inn, where maybe somebody could try to sabotage me or anything like that. So if I could just rest here, I would be really appreciative.
You are always welcome here.
Thank you.
We have some rooms on our upper levels for other brothers who come in, so you are welcome to use that as you want. And may the waters ever cleanse you.
Thank you very much. And may the light always find you. Let me ask you this question also. What's your name? I didn't catch it. I'm so sorry.
My name is Dracon.
Chauncey Clearwater.
Shainsaw Clearwater.
Dracon, it's very good to meet you. I'm Gale. I'm Gale.
Gale.
And would it be too much trouble? I don't know if they'd be interested or not, but I'm here with my team of competitors. Do you have room for them as well?
Oh, absolutely. It would be our distinct pleasure to be able to host a team of the Centurial Games.
Well, thank you. And I don't know anything about it. Do you got any pro tips? Did you
get the welcome packet?
Here's the thing. My teammate got the welcome packet. She really dropped the ball on this one. She just mailed it right back in, didn't even look at it. I don't think she even filled anything out, honestly. And so
return to sender.
We're all honestly very worried that that they're going to find out and disqualify us before the first event, even. But until then.
Oh well, what I can tell you, and he looks around. He's not supposed to tell you. Is that people die in this game. They are very dangerous.
I've heard that, yeah.
So I will pray for you steadfastly on this night.
That will be.
And don't cheat, whatever you do.
I would never dishonor our order in that way.
I will be rooting for you. I wasn't even aware that you were competitive. And we know in advance who all the competitors are. Must be a late entry.
It was all kind of a surprise. I was out of town for a while and came back. I was like, okay, ready to get back to work. And then my teammate, Scatterbrain, she figured out that she needed us to go, and so we went. But thank you for your prayers and for your support. And if you're watching, wave at me and I'll wave back. It'll be like a little thing for us.
Make Pagoma will grant you speed.
I'm gonna need it. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Gabe.
And I'm gonna leave and find my friends. Hey, we can sleep in the church if we want to.
I guess you all.
I went to the board to sleep. The sleeping board. The sleeping board.
Sleeping
bear board in room. There we go.
Oh, so my only thing was, and I thought that you might agree, was it's kind of dangerous because there's a lot of people, and even like just them listening through the walls, even on the rooms adjoining to us, could be dangerous. So we could be someplace a little safer.
Sure, we can sleep in the church. It's fine.
If it will make you happier.
Oh, you don't have to. Not at all. Oh, I can sleep in the church for myself, and I'll just meet you in the morning if you want me to.
Ideally, we would all sleep around the same area in case somebody accidentally sleeps in. One of the rest of us can keep the other accountable.
That's smart.
All right. It's worth noting that the church has water beds.
Of course it does. Of course it does. It would be foolish if they didn't.
Temperature controlled water beds. You sleep well. You sleep very well. The murmur of people is low here. Nobody's hanging out in the churches unless they have a good reason to be. You've gotten supplied, as far as I can tell. And you meet back up in the morning, belly of the stadium. And the man who was there yesterday says, "All right, everybody, listen up. You're going to get introduced by Madam Venta Canaris. Once you get introduced, people will cheer for you, blah, blah, blah. The steeds will come up. You'll each get one." Who's competing? And he looks at everybody, but he's kind of like by team, wants to know who's competing. New Haven, who you got?
Entire team.
All four.
4 of 4 competing. Got it. And you'll notice, like other teams, no one else has 4 people. Most people are only doing 1 or 2.
Did we get picked first?
No.
No, I'm saying like, did we have to tell them first, or could we have listened to be like 1, 1, 1, 2? Be like, oh, we don't need to do 4.
Let's roll a D10 for me. Anyone, whoever wants that, just one person. Shay.
It's on the way. Oh, never mind.
I don't have any dice on me physically.
It's chicken with dice.
Dwayne, tell me what you got.
Here, I'll roll it. 4.
Okay, you're the 4th team, so you hear 1, 2, 1 is what you hear before you. That's how many people are competing in each team.
So that tells me we probably would know that we don't need to send all 4, and maybe it's disadvantageous for us to do so. Maybe we do 2? Who's our 2? Of course, Dr. Enoch. He's got this. So it's just who wants to like hold Dr. Enoch's giant nuts while he does this by himself. I'll do it. Me and Enoch. Let's go.
No, I was gonna. William's got magic.
Yeah, William should. Yeah, it should definitely be William.
Yeah,
yes. Why did you wait for me to volunteer? Yes, please go.
Okay.
I was support.
So you two raise your hands. What you also see is that the Minotaur has made his way back here, but he is glaring at William. Hard.
I wave at him.
And so,
hello.
So
he's already got a fan. How lovely.
Into that level of exhaustion.
You hear the crowd above you roaring. It is so loud. As you traveled down, you kind of traveled on a separate path that you had been told about, because everybody that is coming to watch the show is on that main path. And suddenly you hear like fireworks. Boom, boom, boom. And the crowd kind of grows quiet. And the guy up front says, "All right, everyone step up on this platform." And so everyone moves to this large platform that's obviously going to be moving up onto a stage. And it does. It moves up into the center of this arena, almost like the floor moves back. But you don't see any like openings or screws or levers or anything. It's just like the earth is peeling back itself. And as you move up, you look around and you realize there's like some like earth druids who are like working to move this earth back and forth. And even now you realize that the platform you're on is just a metal cap on top of earth that they've moved up into the stadium. And the people again go crazy cheering for you. And this beautiful red-headed lady, human lady, she's got freckles. She's wearing like a royal purple, like really fancy gown. Miss B would be very proud, and maybe even takes notice. And when she talks, her voice seems to boom around the entire stadium. right? Like everyone's hearing this. And she says, "Welcome, everyone, to the 25th Mid-Centurial Winter Games." Again, more cheering. And she says, "I would like to introduce this year's competitors." And she begins to make her way through all of these people. And some of the ones that you hear most of the cheering for are Jibs and Nimro. So it's like a pair, which is like a Warforged and a Halfling. And the Halfling kind of sits on the shoulder of this Warforged.
We love you, Jibs! We love you, Nero!
And then Samuel Toran. And then you hear like the deep guttural cries of like other Minotaurs. They're like, oh. Yeah. And like people bought horns. They're like fans of him, so they buy these horns that mimic that deep howl. Minotaurs. You hear the name Bunyip Ikar. It's a gnome that has long, sandy hair and a blue jumpsuit. Zimmerin is like a water genasi. He stands, no smile. Everyone else has been like waving, stepping forward, smiling. When Zimmerin's name is called, he's just like this. He's a bald-headed water genasi, downturned face, and just stoic. Just doesn't seem interested at all. And as he comes to the last name you hear that everyone cheers very loud for is Wella Trumund. It's actually a taller halfling. He's wearing a flannel shirt, a belt, cowboy boots. And so she makes all the way through, and she gets to you guys, and she kind of looks confused at her notes. And someone comes over. This Eric Coker walks over, kind of points to something. She's, "Oh, yeah, yes. From Haven Bay, Gale."
Hi!
And I'm forgetting your other names now.
Raven.
And then
Turtle.
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird, but Humming and Bird would be two different names.
And Dr. Enoch, what would your code name be?
I see what we're doing here. I'll be Professor Peacock.
And Professor Peacock. And everyone's kind of like,
"We're the beautiful birds of New Haven!" And I strike a bird pose.
and it's dead quiet. Everyone hears it because it's so everyone does a bird pose.
Yeah, we do a
No, everyone do it. I need to see it.
We do a Ginyu Forest bird poses.
And then like the audio like kind of breaks.
And anyone out there can draw, please.
And she says, yes, good show. Anyways, it's time for the first match. And you see if you look left and right, you're looking where these paths lead out of the stadium. And there are like these floating balloons tied by strings down to the earth, different colors. A few of them that are close begin to explode like different color powders, green and purple, and like a silver powder filling the stadium and dropping down. She says, the Ruffalo race. So like Rhino Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, we're riding the Hulk. Got it.
She says,
Hot damn.
this breed of creature, seen only in its form, where it's much smaller, now much larger because of the giant's blood. And then people are like, ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the rare Dark Ruffalo. And so on very close to you, but in a pin, the earth begins to open up as these earth druid working their stuff, and these huge creatures. I mean, you're going to need like at least like a ladder to climb on top. Begins to open up. And there's one per each of you that are competing. So only the competitors. And she says, without further hesitation, competitors, step forward. And so you obviously see there's a place where you'll be able to mount these creatures, and her stage begins to move up so that you can easily get on the back of these creatures.
I hand William like a whole bunch of like roasted bananas.
William takes them.
You know what to do.
Perfect.
One thing we love at Lawful Stupid, among the other things we love at Lawful Stupid, is spreading the word about your business. Or maybe you want to tell your sweet, sweet grandma that you love her for the world to hear. We want to give you that chance. If you're a business and want to get your services on the air, or just want to tell a loved one a personal message, head on over to lawfulstupid.org/message in a bottle. There you can take around 250 words to say what you want. Business ads are $20. Personal ads are $10. Tell the world what you have to hear with Lawful Stupid's Message in a Bottle. Okay.
William's going to approach this Dark Ruffalo. How angry does it seem?
Right now they're just kind of standing, and there's not much activity. They don't seem very angry currently.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right, great. I'm going to cast Suggestion on this thing because I can target a creature.
Does it have to know your language?
Let's see. You suggest a course of activity, limit it to a sentence or two, and magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you.
But you can speak in its head and make it understand you, right? Isn't that a thing you can do?
That's true, because I have the mind link thing.
Yeah.
I don't have to share a language with them.
Okay. So I just rolling a d20 again?
Yep, wisdom saving throw.
Okay, it's a natural 20.
Okay. Shit.
Give him the bananas.
He goes, "Hey dog, these bananas were real good. What you want? What you want from me?"
Should have put roofies in the bananas.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No,
Miss
yeah,
B.
so he does. He's not suggested.
Miss B would have handed Dr. Enoch the rope because she definitely would have at least bought one supply to help them out.
Okay. And so you guys mount up.
Don't worry.
Yeah, sure. I'm right in the second slot here.
Doc Knox
just to be clear.
Got this.
So it's one per. Do you guys get on the same one, or do you want to ride separate?
Oh,
I thought we were each having to do our own. Yeah.
There's only one seat per. I thought these things were huge.
They're bareback. No, they are. I'm saying there is one Ruffalo for each of you, but you can choose to. I mean, your strategy is your strategy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna ride on the back of Dr. Enoch's.
Okay,
Doc
so you guys
Knock,
are the same one.
Leading the way.
Yeah, we're doing doubles up of our Mario Karts here. This is Mario Kart doubles.
So you see some people are using the same strategy as you, and you see others who are riding solo that have mounted up solo.
Oh, I'm peeling these roasted bananas. I'm getting my peels ready.
And so you see some of them start to move around as they sniff it, but you also see that some other people have cooked, like they have some like roasted peanuts and that kind of thing that they're reaching down to feed their animal. Like
Fools. Peanuts are a rookie mistake.
Yeah. I will use Mage Hand. Oh, we're going to need him in a second. I will use Mage Hand to feed our Ruffalo these roasted bananas, but I will keep the peels for my use later.
I know what you're about to do. All right, so yeah, you do that, and they eat them, and that's good. And then Madam,
you tell me how much they like it.
Canaris says, "Is everyone ready?"
Devin, you tell me how much that Dark Ruffalo liked the bananas.
Hey,
it's
important. I asked the Dark Ruffalo in his mind. Was it tasty?
Like that?
And he rolls an 18 and says, "Got any more?"
If you win, I will give you as many as you want.
He's pissed now. He's bucking everywhere.
He's fucking everywhere, Devin Cuss. We heard him.
Yeah.
He says,
he's fucking everywhere.
This is not win.
I'll win.
Perfect.
And so she says, "Competitors, all you must do is follow the trail out, follow the trail around, and back into the stadium. You must stay on the track. Everyone will see your progress as you go with these cameras we'll have magically flying around the stage, the track the entire time. Any questions?" And then you hear someone in the back like, "Oh, madam." And then she says, "Good," and like fires a gun their stage in the middle is pulled back against one of the stadium. The walls come down. It's like the fence that was holding these things in, and they're kind of just standing there for a moment. No one's beast is moving.
I think right out of the gates, I mean, without trying to be obvious, Enoch could probably be grabbing one of his little syringes and just jam it in his leg and just go, which would kick off his rage. So he's going to spur on the rhino and try and giddy it up.
Roll a d20 for me.
Just flat d20?
Yep.
You're doing a chemical Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, barbarian rage flavor. Is that what I'm picking up?
Oh,
that's what it sounds like.
He's only barbarian, and that's a 12.
Delicious.
All right. You won my roll versus anyone else who might go first. You kick. William, roll a strength check for me.
Oh, that's not bad. 14.
Okay, yeah, you're good. So you feel this thing kick up, and it is definitely like faster than you thought it might be, but you're able to hang on to. And I don't know how this is working, but I imagine that Dr. Enoch has put this rope around this thing's neck, and I don't know if you're doing like shoulder hold on to, or are you doing like wrap around waist, or are you just like hanging onto the fur that this thing has?
Oh, I'm hanging on the back of the dock. Left hand on the back of the dock. Right hand is ready for banana throwing.
Okay. And you are off. And you take off, and as you begin to travel, other Ruffalo are catching up to you, and then you're speeding up a little more, and they're falling back and forth the whole time. Finally, you're outside of where the crowd is, and now you're into this flat landscape. Snow is still pouring down, trees all around, and you begin to come around this curve, okay? And about that time, Cimarron, the water genasi, has come in front of you, and also on your right, the Minotaur. But the Minotaur is not hanging on very well at all. And as he passes Cimarron, the water genasi, Cimarron moves over, hits the Minotaur, causing at that moment where it's very slick, that steed to begin to slip and slide toward a cliff. And as he goes over the cliff, you see suddenly like an axe come up and over into the ice. I don't know if you want to do anything about that.
I'm watching this, right?
Sorry.
Yes, you guys all see it from the stadium. The only two are like there.
As I see this rhino going off the cliff, can I like try to run across the bleachers and see if I can get close enough to bubble this poor rhino before it falls to its death?
No, he's very far away. They're
so what is this axe doing that's coming in?
It's keeping him from falling down the cliff.
He's like
it's like as he was falling, he used it to stab into the ice.
I see.
So he's like hanging
and
by
is this
one
the
hand.
Minotaur?
I'm going to need you to tell me in feet how tall the Dark Ruffalo is, because I'm way fucked up right now.
Okay.
Dark Ruffalo is probably 20 feet tall.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on that axe.
My dude was already holding up the rhino? Is that what I'm... Or
No, the thing is gone over the cliff. This
the
is
rhino's
the Minotaur
dead.
trying to
the
save
poor Dark
himself.
Ruffalo is dead.
Yes, one Dark Ruffalo has gone over the cliff. Cimarron has hit him, and it made it slide.
Wait, am I like assuming this guy will die?
Yes.
I mean, you kind of have to, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to Eldritch Blast that then. I'll cast Shape Water. No, I'll cast Shape Water on his axe and turn all the water around it into a giant ice block.
So you will cement. Yeah, he will. He's hanging on because he's still off the cliff, but he's able to. He's just hanging on there. You keep going.
Yeah.
Just shout, "I'll be back before it melts."
So you keep going.
Walk north.
Nerd. You keep riding. Cimarron is well ahead of you, and also Wella Trumunda has managed to come up neck and neck, and you guys are kind of back and forth.
Wait, hold on. This guy's neck and neck with us?
Well, no, Wella is the halfling.
Yeah,
Cimarron, the water.
I want to put a banana in front of that person with my mage hand.
Okay, you do that. Your banana peel is how do we want to play it? All right, hold on. roll a.
It's gonna be like a dex.
A slip roll for me, please.
Like a. It's gonna be a saving throw. It's gonna be like a DC 5 dex save.
I rolled
I'll do that.
an 11.
All right, so
Whatever that means.
11 means it hits the banana peel, and but it doesn't like slip, but its foot falls under its other, like its front foot, and causes it to stumble a little bit, dropping it back. And now you're ahead, so you're in second place. Zimmerman is still far ahead of you. After some time riding, you're kind of getting a groove with how this thing handles this dark Ruffalo. Ahead, you see that there is what looks like a cliff, sheer drop left and right. It opens up, but you begin to see these tiny specks of like little land between your part of the gorge, the chasm, and the very far other side. It looks like it's about a quarter mile away. So there's like all these little spotted columns between you and the other side. And you notice that Zimmerman has stopped on his steed, and he's looking out at this thing. As you come up, you realize on your side there are 5 chests, or excuse me, 6 chests that are unopened right next to where this cliff stops and begins to have all the little points, you know. Zimmerman looks at the chasm, the opening, and looks back at you, and by this time you, along with Dr. Enoch, along with Wella, with Jibbs and Nimro, have made their way to you as well. And you're all kind of looking around. And Nimro, the Warforged, gets off with Jibbs and immediately walks over to a chest, puts his hand over it. His name pops up on a label on the front, and it opens up. And he pulls out a piece of what looks like a map, but it's ripped around one side. And he seems to be talking with Jibbs about something with this map.
Dr. Enoch, it just seems like you should go and grab whatever that is from that chest.
Yep, that makes sense. He's gonna bolt over, do the same thing, like just mimicking, like wave his hand over one of the chests.
Yep, so you do that. You run over, and it says, what did you say your name was going to be, your code name?
Professor Peacock.
Professor, this will go in my show notes. Professor Peacock. It says Professor Peacock on the front label, and it comes out, and it's also a piece of what looks like a map. There's like 2 sides, and there's like a lot of black dots on yours. You see that people are beginning to get this, and they all go over. Zimmerman is just watching you all as you go over and get your maps, and he's the last one. And so what you notice as you look around left and right is that everyone else has pulled out a piece of a map. So there's one that has red dots on it. The rest have these black dots in a pattern. He then walks over to his chest and pulls out a frame. It's like a glowing frame. And he says, you simpletons. It seems like we must work together in order to get across. So everyone, bring your map to me. And everyone kind of looks around. But Nimro and Jibbs walk over and hand them their map. And he kind of fits it where like there would be a corner piece for a puzzle. And it fits in. It almost seems to fuse with the frame. And then becomes instead of a jagged edge, squares perfectly as one of the 6 pieces that would go in this.
I kind of look over at William and go, if we're supposed to work together, why did they just not give us all a map? I don't feel like this is right.
Yeah, good point. I mean, we still got a Minotaur back there hanging on for his life, so...
who's
fishy.
Who's getting his piece of the map?
Yeah, at that time, Bunyip, one of the gnomes, walks over and hands his piece, and it's the second piece that's gone in. And now it's you realize now that this map, the black dots are all of the different spots that are out in the middle that you have to jump to, and you realize the person with the red has like the key. It's going to be like the overlay for the ones you have to jump on. So everyone begins to take theirs over.
Am I able to like eyeball our piece with where the others are and kind of figure it without putting it in? Or
no, because you only have 1/6 of that puzzle, and you have black dots on yours. They don't give you the answers. Yours only has where the columns actually are, but not which ones to jump on. At this time, there are a couple other steeds that are just catching up to you, and they see you and they think, "Ha! Opportunity!" And as they begin to move past you, they stop for just a moment, begin to jump on these columns. And they make it 1, and they make it 2, and they make it 3 before it drops out of the sky.
So not that one.
And then it comes back up.
Oh no, they're dead. Miss B looks at Lucian.
He's just mouth agape.
How far apart are these columns?
They're about 3 feet apart.
Really?
I'm gonna hand my map piece to William.
Yeah, perfect. Get us back on here. We're out of here. Alright, so let's see. Oh wait, no, they just bounced down on us. That's not great. But still, 3 feet.
So everyone's kind of looking at you like, hey, you're going to give us your piece? We need your piece.
How heavy would you say these things are?
Oh my gosh. I mean, 5-6 tons.
Oh shit, never mind. Well, I guess we don't have a choice. Got to work together. I don't love it. But that whole pillar dropping and coming back up thing really puts a dampener in my plan. So... yeah, alright, I put our piece in.
Oh.
Okay. And as you put your piece in, he now needs the overlay. And so the red with the red dots. And so he gets the red overlay. The problem is he doesn't know which direction is north or south. Because if you turn it, it's the same either way. And there's one chest that's left. And so everyone begins to argue about, and they think it belongs to Samuel, the Minotaur, whom he knocked off the cliff just a little bit earlier. And so they begin bickering and arguing back and forth and back and forth. And suddenly you see this heaving figure come out of the woods. And it's the Minotaur. And he's angry, right?
Hey,
and
remember that time I saved your life?
And he huffs at you, like out of his nostrils. And he walks over to the chest, and he puts his hand over it, and it opens up. And it's like the last piece of this map. It's the compass rose for it. And Bunyip walks over and like touches his shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, are you gonna be okay?" And the thing looks at him and says, "I'm fine." And so Bunyip takes that piece from him. He's like, I'll run this over for you. And so he says, "Hand me the map and I'll put it on." He says to Zimmerman, and Zimmerman says, "I'm not gonna fall for that." And so he like puts his hand out, and it's like he mage hands that piece out of his hand, slaps it on the map, and begins to run toward the columns ahead of everyone.
Does he though?
And so he begins to jump on the first one, and the second one, and the third one.
I'll follow him. Fuck it.
Okay, so everyone knows now that they can't do anything about him. He's taking the map. They either got to follow or it's over for him.
Yeah.
And
follow.
so everyone begins to jump on the ones that he's jumping on. Sometimes the beasts aren't falling exactly, and there are 2 more people who fall to their deaths because they're not paying attention, or the beast just didn't make the right move for them. And maybe they're able to escape. They jump off the beast, but they don't make it. So you guys finally make it to the other side. And it's there that things seem to be flattening out normally. And about 3 miles later, you come to the end, the finish, but you're neck and neck. So it's you, it's Zimmerin, Wella, and Jibs, the 4 of you. And you can see the finish line. You can see the explosions, the pinks, the blues, the purples of these balloons that have been hanging there as they welcome you to the finish line. I need your team to roll a d20 for me.
Are we on the outside of this pack? The inside of this pack?
From left to right. Zimmerin, Wella, you, Jibs, and Nimro.
Go ahead and roll it, Zebra. If you mess up, everybody will hate you and not us.
I like this plan.
14. Straight 14.
14 on that die, baby.
As you begin to trek forward, pulling ahead a little bit, and victory never tasted so sweet. Zimmerin, though, being a jealous person, veers into your Dark Ruffalo and kind of spins you off. The back of your Dark Ruffalo then whips into Wella's lane. It hits the front of his. That one then veers over into Jibs and Nimra, who think they have the victory, and knocks them off into the snow, and their steed stops.
And who did
yours
this?
This is like a chain reaction of Zimmerin knocking you guys over.
Or are we still moving, or are we just hard stop?
Yes, you're good. You're still ahead, and you're still trucking along. Zimmerin and Wella. Wella's on your right, Zimmerin on your left.
Are we the spectators, like where the finish line is?
Yes.
I start shouting, "Use the boots! Use the boots!"
Oh yeah, there you go. I climb on the front of our Ruffalo as much as I can, and when we get real close, let's see. I would at least know the distance on these bad boys.
30 feet.
Fuck, it doesn't say.
I think for Misty Step. Misty Step.
It's Misty
feet, right?
Step. Yeah, 30 feet. When we're within 30 feet, I'm going to Misty Step forward across the finish line.
Okay, you just have to. I mean, you have to beat a 1 on this one. This one. Oh no, you don't have anything.
No,
I
it's
guess
auto success.
It's auto success the first time.
Yep.
Okay, so here's what happens.
So if you were feeling brave enough, you could chain it.
Ooh.
Here we go. Here's what happens.
I want to win.
He hits your Dark Ruffalo, spins the tail, and begins to take the lead. Your Ruffalo spins, and you fall off, and you are 20 feet from the finish. You stand up. He looks back at you and smirks.
And then I look back at him and smirk.
You smile as you. What do you? What do you make a move or do something?
I don't want to step on your toes.
No, go ahead. Let's hear it.
I think you would have to I think you would have to jump up and spin backwards and like flip the bird. That way, that when the teleport takes it and puts you 30 feet backwards, you're just in front of him. Or you can just shrug, or you can do. It doesn't have to be the bird. You can do whatever you want with it, but just like, oops.
So whatever face he made, where he was looking back and smirking, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I just appear across the finish line, smirking at him.
Yeah. So he sees you guys fall and roll off. You recover well. He makes a face at you. Suddenly, you disappear, and then he turns and looks ahead. And as he crosses the finish line, he puts his arms up, and he's so happy that he's won. And everyone's cheering, and he's waiting for them to say, "Zimmerin, Zimmerin, Zimmerin." But that's not the name that they hear. Instead, they hear, "Raven, Raven, Raven." And he doesn't know how it happened until he realizes what has happened. And Madame Vinta Canara says, "To the champions of Haven Bay, congratulations on your first event." And again, everyone goes crazy.
And we just bird pose. We just fucking...
Bird pose happens. And that's where we'll end the episode.
That was a good suggestion, Shane. I forgot about my boots.
The boots were made for
teleporting.
Stepping up.
That's just what they'll do.
Oh,
hey, everybody, thanks for listening.
Cool I looked across the finish line with my cloak of the overdramatic.
It's just moving. Oh,
it's so cool.
I learned that.
He's still cooler than Breeze. He look cooler than Breeze.
How cold is it? Ice cold.
How cold is it? Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Went a little long. That's okay. If you love us, then you just stuck through the whole thing there. And so we'll go ahead and jump into all our advertisements that we normally do.
Hey, if you want to support the store and or just have nice merchandise, you can go to store.lawfulstupid.org. Get yourself one of those sweet new baseball tees or t-shirts. It's good. It's good stuff. Supports the show.
It's good.
Nice materials. Can't be mad at it.
I can hear.
Yeah, if you also want to support the show, you can go to patreon.lawfulstupid.org. See if I remember that web address. I hope you do. And you can support us even by giving $1. You'll get the extra secret content behind the scenes. The past month, when we were all absent from playing and doing Lawful Stupid content, I did some one-shot interesting fun business for our $50 patrons. So you could check that content out once I edit it, because I'm not handing it over to our master editor. He has enough to do.
I heard it was really fun too, and I'm sad I missed it. Shane has stepped away to presumably fix his dog. So I want to say this week, same time. Here he is. Hey Shane, talk to us about Child's Play Charity.
My dogs are fixed as fuck, boy. Hey, except actually Oberon, he's still got his testes. Because he's a corgi, and there's no way that another corgi in the world can ever be a bad thing. Hey, because even if it's like whether it's anything else, half corgi is half fucking awesome. So Min-Max Mankind, dude, you gotta talk about it because it's cool. And Child's Play Charity, they're so neat. We love them so much. Check out the link in the description for a video about Child's Play Charity and all the great things they do, because they can do it better than I can. It's really good. Yeah, I rolled 16. What'd you roll?
69.
Oh, that's better than mine. It's better than mine. Dang it!
Even if you rolled 100, his number's still better.
Nice.
Zebra, you're going to be with us for one more episode, bud. Get over it. We gotta have some finality in this thing. So you got one more episode. Anything you want to tell the people?
Nope, I got nothing for you. Get nothing out of me. Just like this recording, get nothing out of me.
He's playing the mysterious angle. I like it.
Yeah, you can ask him for like DM advice. It's pretty neat. It's really helpful.
Oh yeah.
As a kind of first-time DM, getting some words from him when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, was really helpful.
Oh yeah, I will give you my opinion anytime that you need it. So that is 100% true. Even when you don't need it.
For all my my current campaign, how did things go? How could this be better? How does this idea sound? So he's a good sounding board for that. Yeah, because I can't let Dwayne or Shane or anybody in on those things.
Yep, you gotta have a confidant.
Yeah, you got to. Thanks for listening, everybody. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.